Welcome back to Speakeasy. I am still Paul F. Tompkins, my guest today. You know him most recently as Merle Dixon from The Walking Dead, but you know him from a billion other things besides. Please say hello to Michael Rooker. Mr. Rooker, thank you for being here.
Right on.
Cheers. A pleasure
Cheers
to see you,
sir.
That'll start us on our journey.
Yeah, right on.
The Walking Dead, this is your first time as a series regular on a TV show, right?
That's right.
Has this brought you a different type of fandom than you've had previously? Because there are some people that really are into zombie stuff, like way into it. Are you now getting people running up to you in a store that you wouldn't normally have happen?
Normally, people don't run up to me. I don't appreciate when people run up to me, especially from behind, running up to me from behind, or even from the front or side. I frown on that. They can walk up to me anytime they want.
That's polite.
No running.
Absolutely.
Please. The fan base is crazy, and we have, preteens and 90-year-olds.
Right.
Everybody is involved in this show.
Everybody who could potentially be a zombie enjoys watching zombies.
If you're a religious man, I mean, it's second life, babe.
Sure.
You will rise again.
Absolutely. Prior to this, what would you say you were probably known most for just out and about in the world?
Well, the diehard fans are the people who've been fans of mine since Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Which is the first time I ever saw you.
That got rave reviews and stuff.
I ultimately decided I must have liked that movie because it provoked such a strong feeling in me that I felt like the filmmakers have done their job in making me feel uneasy and feel really uncomfortable and afraid, of this movie. When you read a script like that, is that a thing that's important to you, or is it something that you don't think about while you're making the movie, or is it something that you don't even think about at all? You just go for the role?
I think the producers think about that kind of stuff.
Right.
Maybe they try to force the director to think about that kind of stuff. But the actors, I try not to even worry about that kind of shit. I just do my job. I go in there, try to make it as believable as possible, and not scare the hell out of my coworkers too much.
Right.
And that was my first film too, really. So I was scared shitless, to be perfectly honest with you.
Right.
I wasn't sure about this film business. I was a theater guy. I didn't know all about this, shooting out of sequence stuff. It was really, truly the first role that I ever had with any sort of through line.
Did it stay with you for a while after you wrapped?
I've been asked that question a couple times, and it does. It's with you during the shooting, and it's with you after. The spillover was that I discovered that actually I'm quite an introverted person.
Hold on a second.
True.
That can't be true.
I know. It's true. It's like I found myself not wanting to talk.
Right.
I mean, with being Irish, it's like, what the hell's going on with me?
Exactly.
I can't take this anymore. I want to talk. I want to go to a pub. I want to talk. I want to have a fight. God damn it. And so, I was like sitting in the corner, quiet, my head down. It was sad. And when people would approach me, I would grab them and smash their heads into the table and walk away.
Did these people run up to you?
I wouldn't even talk to them.
Did they run up to you?
No running.
We've established the rules.
No running.
No running up to Michael.
They had to tiptoe.
As much as you care about what you do as an artist, it's a job, and you have a living to make. You've said that there's stuff on your resume that you have done in order to make a mortgage payment or pay a bill or something like that.
I have these jobs that I've done that I categorize them as my roof job or my pool heater job.
Right.
There's something that you need, and you haven't worked in a couple of months, and it's like, oh shit, I got to do this job because I got to fix the roof.
Right.
Yeah. So I think we've all done that.
Now you're at a point where you can afford to be a little pickier with the stuff that you do. Is this a period that you're enjoying, where you can maybe be a little choosier about the roles that you take on?
I've always been kind of choosy, even from day one. I was offered at least a half dozen things like Henry after Henry. It came out, and
Right.
well, it took several years for it to come out.
Yeah.
But
like 4 years, right?
Yeah, I was offered other things after that, after the movie came out, and I was like, no, dude, I'm gotta move on, okay?
Right.
Gotta move on.
That shows you the creativity of Hollywood at work.
Walking Dead,
Uh-huh.
Merle, one-handed. I got offered a job where the guy had 2 prosthetics. I'm like, are you serious? I got the script and the dude has 2 prosthetic hands. And not only has 2 prosthetic hands, he's a sniper killer. And they can't figure out why they can't find fingerprints for the cat. I said, well, let me think about it. I just wanted him to know that I was thinking about it. I didn't want to be too politically correct and say, fuck no, are you fucking serious?
I feel so torn now between hoping that never gets made and really wanting to see it.
I regret that I turned it down.
I'm kind of mad at you right now.
Prosthetic hands. Are you serious?
How do you think they saw you?
I would have done the job just to keep the prosthetic hands. It's not a roof job
Right.
or a swimming pool fixing the pool job.
Yeah.
This is a prosthetic hand job.
That's right.
Whoa. Did I say that?
It's said. It's been
That's
said.
a little scary.
It's been said by you.
Yeah, double prosthetic hand job. Never mind.
I'm going to abandon my thought.
Move on.
While you were filming Walking Dead, was it the most recent season, you were also doing the Call of Duty video game?
That's right.
And so in your downtime from Walking Dead, you're flying from Atlanta to go do voices. And did you also do motion capture stuff for?
The first season on The Walking Dead, some folks saw it, a producer saw it, and he was friends with the folks over at Activision and Treyarch, and he suggested that I should, be in this game. And the game was called Call of the Dead. It was me, Danny Trejo, Sarah Michelle Gellar, and Robert Englund, and we play ourselves.
Oh, you play yourself?
Yeah, we play. Yeah, you get to play as Michael Rooker. You get to kill zombies as Michael Rooker. So we're killing zombies like, crazy, and that's the game, right? So they enjoyed my work so much. They basically hired me, called me up, asked me to do the new Black Ops 2 game, and I play a guy named Mike Harper on that game, and they used my likeness as well in that game as well, and made me younger.
There's another game coming out that's you, that's Merle and Daryl from Walking Dead.
I'm sorry. Let me correct you.
Please.
Daryl. Not Daryl.
I do apologize.
I know the writers
Merle
are
and
writing Daryl.
Sure.
And they have a little problem writing Southern, okay? I should be getting credit for rewriting Southern.
Because you are the genuine article.
Well, sometimes.
That's right.
Depends on how many of these I've had.
So now it's Merle and Daryl.
There you good.
They're out
Do Merle and Daryl. Hell
They're
yeah.
out there hunting them zombies.
That's right.
And you get to play as the brothers.
That's right.
All right. In looking at your resume and your IMDb page, I notice there's not a lot of comedy. It's very rare that we see you do something that's just a straight up, flat out comedy. Is that a choice for you, or is that something you wish you would be asked to do more?
No, it's not a choice. It's not my
Because you're
choice.
like a jovial guy. You're not afraid to joke around and
No,
laugh.
I'm not. I really enjoy. Mallrats with a comedy.
Right? Yeah.
I've done a few, not too many. You're only as good as your last project, and that's usually what they see you as. So
Right.
I foresee myself playing zombie killing motherfuckers for excuse my language, for the next 3 years.
But you're saying you wouldn't mind doing some more comedies?
I would love to do more.
But on the record, Michael Rooker,
On the record.
comedy. Why not?
Funny. I love physical comedy.
Pratfalls and
Yeah.
such.
Oh yeah.
Were
Well,
you
I grew up watching like Three Stooges and Laurel and Hardy and these teams. Not really single.
Right.
Back then it was a lot of teamwork. You still have that today. So finding the right partner is probably important.
Is there somebody you can think of that you would love to do a comedy opposite?
I'm not even sure if I'm the straight guy or the crooked guy yet.
Crooked guy. I don't know a lot of these terms.
What is it? The comedy? You got a straight guy and you got
guy.
the crooked
Yeah,
guy.
absolutely.
So I don't know which one I am. Maybe I'm the guy that gets hit over the head all the time. You know, with a frying pan.
Right.
Rooker, shut up! Boom.
There was a lot of slapping people in the face in those days.
That's right.
In those comedies.
The whole banana thing.
Yeah, it was just a routine thing. People just
yeah.
being slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Michael, I would like to just name some of the movies that you've done, and just give me some quick impressions of those films, if you would. Above the Law, starring Steven Seagal, his first film. You played Man in Bar. Do you remember much about the filming of Above the Law?
Yes, I do. As a matter of fact, we shot it in my neighborhood, my old neighborhood in Chicago.
There you go.
And every crew member had a pistol in his back pocket. That's what I remember about the show. They were so afraid of my neighborhood. They were so afraid of where I lived that all crew had a pistol in their back pocket, and they were showing. And this is in Chicago, okay? My guys didn't like that. My friends didn't like that. You know,
Absolutely.
And
What neighborhood was that?
And Division, Ashland, Milwaukee Avenue, near North Side Chicago. But yeah, that's the one thing I remember that popped in my head. It's
Sure.
like, I was appalled. I was really taken back by it. And it's like going into some place and you're expecting trouble and you're expecting people to treat you badly.
Right.
Nobody wanted to treat anyone badly. So,
You sure it wasn't protection against Steven Seagal?
I don't know if a gun would help you with Steven, you know.
Mississippi Burning, you played Frank Bailey.
One of the greatest directors, Alan Parker, that I've ever worked with. I started out that film as a group, thugs,
Right.
you know, white trash, KKK thugs. And Alan right away picked me out as, I don't know why, but he wanted me to do all the violence. Hanging, burning, beating, raping, pillaging, everything that was bad. Frank Bailey, I think the character's name was, got to do.
8 Men Out, one of my favorite movies. You played Chick in that movie. That was pretty early on in your career as well,
That's right. Yeah.
And you've said it's one of your favorite movies.
One of my favorite movies, yeah. We got to play baseball all day long. Well, you know,
Are you a baseball fan?
Big baseball fan. My sister, I borrowed $40, her last $40. Got in my car, paid my gas way to audition for that movie in Indianapolis. So,
Did you pay your sister back?
I don't think you know what? I gotta call her now. I don't think I ever paid her back. I gave her a hug. Does that count?
That's currency and family
Yeah,
talk.
okay, sounds good.
Absolutely. Sea of Love with Al Pacino and Ellen
Probably the only
Barkin.
man alive that have had the opportunity to mount Al Pacino. I spent 3 days laying on top of Al Pacino's butt. It's like, and finally on the 3rd day, he looked up to me. He goes, "Rooker, can you give me? I can't breathe." It's like I realized that I was just hanging out, laying there with all my 205 pounds on Al Pacino, and he just looked up, and he said, "I can't breathe, man. I can't breathe." I said, "Oh my God, I'm sorry, bro."
You just gotten so used to doing
I'm
it.
just so used to like hanging out on top of Al Pacino.
Days of Thunder played Rowdy Burns. There is some crazy stuff in that movie.
Dude, that was some of the most fun I've ever had.
It would have to be, right?
I gotta tell you, Tom Cruise, cool, awesome guy.
Absolutely.
Very competitive. Every time they'd call us to set, we'd race. Boom! Out the doors would fling open, and we'd be running through the parking lot, up the hill. And he even put a climbing rope in. We'd have to climb the rope and drop back down. And I'd kick his ass every time.
And he hated it, right?
He hated it. Oh, he hated it.
Was the racing his idea?
Well, we
It
were
happened-
competitive
Sure.
no matter what.
Right.
You know, that we were playing competitors in the show, so we figured we'd compete. And yeah, the whole racing thing, yeah, it was his idea.
The role of Hal Tucker, of course, from the movie Cliffhanger.
Yeah.
This is all about mountain climbing. Was this a thing that you were into at all before doing this?
You know what? No. I never climbed. But I did a little climbing when I was a teenager. You know, and so that's it. So when I got the job, they said go train. So they got me this climber. So we'd go out to Joshua Tree and we'd climb for 3 weeks and come back. And the movie's not going in. It was put back. So it was put back several months. And so I just kept training and training and training. I felt good, man. I was like one finger, you know, I was like climbing up, you know. I was actually pretty good. And I got to Italy. I'm gonna go to the rock face for the first time, climb, just do a little training, stretch out, show off a little bit. 10-year-olds. And I'm like, and they're like climbing past me like it's nothing. It was sad. I was blown away. I went back to my hotel, got a drink, sat down, and said, I'm never climbing again.
Mall rats. You played Svenning in Mall Rats.
Thought I was too old to play spinning. Producer convinced me to play spinning. Said we'd dye your hair. I said, fine, okay, fine, dye my hair. Went in, spent 5 hours trying to dye my hair. Turned my hair orange, burnt my scalp. I was so pissed. Knocked on his door. I said, what do you think? He saw me and said, oh my God, yes, that's gonna work. That's gonna work. And I'm like, good. I closed the door, went to my room, got my shaving. I shaved my head right away, instantly. Came down the next day. Nobody known I had shaved my head.
Right.
I had like toilet paper all over my scalp from
With
cuts.
a razor.
From cuts. I was so pissed off. I cut my head at least a half dozen times. I went over to, everybody's in shock. Went over to Kevin Smith. Said, Kevin, Mr. Rooker's here, and would you like to look at his hair? And so Kevin looked up from his Game Boy. Yeah, that's great. And back down to his Game Boy. Didn't care. It was perfect. Ended up being great for the show.
Tombstone.
Yeah.
Played Sherman McMasters.
That's right. It was a great shoot. I've been shooting guns ever since.
Really? That's what got you into shooting
I
guns?
shot a little bit beforehand, and I trained a little bit beforehand, but
Right.
truly, I bought my first set of guns on that shoot. As a matter of fact, I still have them. They're single action, Western style pistols, and I've gone on and gotten other types of firearms and stuff.
Now, I heard this story where you had hunted, I guess, like varmints, your skunks.
Oh
and
my
your
God!
things
No,
like that.
not the skunk story. Please.
Yeah, I heard the skunk story.
Who told you?
I have my
James
sources.
Gunn told you that?
I have my sources.
That scum-sucking pig. He's in big trouble.
Please explain to me
Elaborate.
what happens during this story.
I go to James Gunn. We're going to play cards. We have
James Gunn, the director.
Cheese and he's a director, writer. We have cheese and wine every Sunday.
Very civilized.
Used to, right?
Used to.
Yeah. Until the skunk situation. Anyway,
The skunksident.
they're in there. They're playing, right? Everybody's quiet, and I come up. I sneak up to the window, and I bang on the window, and then I jump up the stairs to go inside, and I feel this mist over my body, like as if I'm in an amusement park, and I'm being cooled down by the cool, watery mist.
Almost refreshing.
Yes. Until I realized I had just been skunked. And my glasses were all steamed over with skunk juice. And I realized it, and all of a sudden, I'm like, oh, shit! And I start to go up the stairs again to get inside, and I get skunked again.
Oh,
and I look
twice!
down, and I look down, there's a little fucker down there squirming around. I'm blocking its path. It can't get out. I open the door. I run inside, right? I run inside. As soon as I open the door, everyone at the table goes, oh, God! A skunk! And I start cursing the skunk, and I go, I'm gonna shoot the little fucker! And I go to shoot, go out. I wasn't gonna really shoot it, I was just pretending.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Certainly.
And all of a sudden, in the background, I hear, oh my God! He's got a gun!
Jesus Christ. Now, wait a second. You're mad at these guys from above the law that come to your neighborhood in Chicago. You're going to a wine and cheese party and you're packing.
You never know. At a gun party, you got to bring a gun.
So you did the soak in tomato juice and the whole thing?
He ran down to the store, got tomato juice, got baking powder, and what we ended up doing, not baking powder, it was baking soda.
Baking soda.
Baking soda. I had 2 girls took me to the bathroom, ran a bath for me. So I got in the bath, and they put tomato juice in there, and I had like my underwear on. Okay, don't get sick on it.
This is all above board.
Above
Absolutely.
board.
No, of course. Michael Rooker, thank you. A pleasure to chat with you.
My pleasure.
That's it for Speakeasy this time. Join me again when my guest will be a different person. This is our day.
We did it.
2 to 2. You know what I'm
Skunks.
saying?
Bring them on.
Skunks. I'll find any skunk Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check back every Monday to see who I interview next. And for more info about Speakeasy, visit mademan.com.